Shabbat Shalom. We begin on page 74 with Ma Tovu. Ma Tovu, Ma Tovu, Alecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael, Ma Tovu. Mishkan kevodecha, Mishkan kevodecha, Ma tovu, Ma tovu, Alecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael, Ma tovu, Ma tovu. Adonai itlatzon, Elohim berov chastecha, Elohim berov chastecha, Aneni be'emet ishecha. Ma tovu, Ma tovu, Alecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's nice to see you on this beautiful morning. I have to admit, this is one of my favorite days of the year. I don't know if you'll agree, but the day of the first real snow. Just look at that. Anyone else like this day? Excited, waiting for this day to come? A few, some no's. I know there's a mixed opinion out there, but at the very least, sitting here inside this beautiful sanctuary and looking out the windows, it is beautiful. It's a beautiful sight, seeing what nature provides to us. And sometimes when we come together for Shabbat, one of the things that we take just an extra moment to do, an extra moment that we maybe don't do every day, is look out there. Recognize the gifts that we've been given. Recognize the beauty of the world around us. Because if we don't take that extra moment to appreciate all the gifts in our lives, it's as if they roll right by us. And Shabbat is this opportunity for us to stop, take a deep breath, and appreciate the good things in our lives. So this morning, as we prepare for not only a beautiful day and a beautiful Shabbat, but a beautiful occasion that we will talk about in just a moment, I'd like to ask everyone to make sure that you have your prayer books in front of you. Prayer books will help you walk through the service with us. We'll be telling you when to stand up, sit down, when to read or sing along with us. In addition, if you could take just a moment to make sure that if you have a cell phone, that you make sure it's silent or off this morning. And lastly, if you could take just a moment to turn to someone near you, introduce yourself if you don't know them, and wish them a Shabbat Shalom. We're going to continue by turning together to page 108 in our prayer books, 108, and rising together for Baruch Hu. Lai, 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 lai. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Just a quick reminder that you have two types of books in front of you. This small book that looks like this is the prayer book. This has all the prayers inside on the pages we will be talking about. The larger books that you have are the Torah booklets. We'll be referring to those later. You can leave those on the side for now if you like. But we'll be continuing in just a moment with our next prayer. But as we do, it's a special honor and a joy to welcome up Micayla Greenberg to this bima on the occasion of her bat mitzvah. She's been working very hard to reach this moment. She'll be leading our service and reading soon from the Torah. So as we ask her to join us formally, we continue on page 114. Page 114.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. We turn to page 116.
Get closer to the mic.
Okay.
Be'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uv'shokbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot beinecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha Leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
We turn to page 121. We read responsively. The eternal truth is that you alone are God, and there is none else.
May the righteous of all nations rejoice.
Let nation not lift up sword against nation, nor learn war anymore. You shall not hate your brother or sister in your heart.
The stranger that sojourns with you shall be accepted as your equal, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Why do you crush my people and oppress the poor, asked God?
We know that the Eternal One defends the poor and upholds the rights of the needy.
Praise to God Most High.
Blessed is God and deserving of blessing. We turn the page and join in Mi Chamocha.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh nora, nora, nora tehilot, osefele. Shir chadasha shibchu geolim, v'shimcha al sfatayam, yachad kulam, hodu, v'himlichu v'om באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא, נורא, נורא תהילות, עושה פלא. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא, נורא, נורא תהילות, עושה פלא, עושה פלא, עושה פלא. צור ישראל, קומו בעזרת ישראל, ופדיחינו מחיות אב ישראל. גואלינו אדוני צבאות שמו קדוש ישראל, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
We turn to page 124 and rise.
Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Svatai Tiftach. Na 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 Ufi Yagid, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Svatai Tiftach. Na 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 Ufi Yagid, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Svatai Tiftach. Na 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 Ufi Yagid, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר מושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, וחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מקלקל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, צומח נופלים וחולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים משפטו, בשני אדם, מחמוך בעל גבורות, החיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, וכתוב על יד נביאך, וכרוז אל זה ואומר, קדוש קדוש קדוש, אדוני צבאות, ורחמיו לכל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ידעו אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון לכל ודור. הללויה. לדור אדוני יגוד לך, ולנצח נצחים תשוקה נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. We turn to page 135. Where has this week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished? Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat abide. Help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time. Contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world on this day. On this day, Shabbat abide. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. We turn to page 137. We read responsively. On this holy Shabbat, may we draw near to life, to peace, and to joy.
May we find true rest, holiness in our deeds, worth in our study of Torah.
Let us feed on the love of goodness. Let us drink from the love of goodness. Restrain our thirst for excess and cleanse our hearts to serve life well.
On this holy Shabbat, may we draw nearer in life, in peace, and in joy.
Baruch atah Adonai, she'otah levadha be'yira na'avod. We turn to page 141. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and the fellowship among the inhabitants of our world. Plant virtue in every soul. May the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Adonai, who blesses your people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, havarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. We pray silently.
As we arrive now at our Torah service, I'd like to first invite up great Auntie Dell, who's going to be opening the Ark for us, the honor of opening the Ark, so please come on up. I'd also like to invite Micayla to come up again before the Ark, and for your parents and grandparents to join you up here for the passing of the Torah. So parents and grandparents, please come on up. For all of us together, we're going to turn to page 244 in our prayer books, and please rise.
מלכות כל עולמים וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו ושלום. אדוני יברך את עמו ושלום.
This Torah is the great gift of our tradition. Within the Torah are the stories, the laws, and the guidance that has kept our community strong and loving and caring for thousands of years. And as we continue these traditions of care for one another, we do as we have done for so long by passing this Torah down from generation to generation, and today from grandparents to parents to bat mitzvah. Havugodel Eloheinu utenu chavod la Torah. Let us declare the greatness of our God and give honor to the Torah.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Lecha Adonai Hagevura, Hagevura, Natiferet, Behanitzoch Yehavu, Ki chol bashamayim u'ba'aretz, Ki chol bashamayim u'ba'aretz, Lecha Adonai hamamlacha, Yamim na'aseh lechol lerosh.
Please be seated.
Our portion is Vayishev and may be found in Hebrew and English in the Torah commentary on page 248.
For the honor of the first Aliyah, we call on your grandparents, Gail and Irv, Franklin and Lois, Janet, Harvey, Mary Beth, Nadine, and Neil.
How we ready now? Adonai Baruch Le'olam Voed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bo chavonu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Amen. Vayehi ka'asher ba Yosef elachav vayipshi tu et Yosef et kuntonto et ketonet hapasim asher alav vayikahu vayashliku oto habora vahabor reik ein bo mayim vayeshvu lechol lechem vayis'u einehem vayiru v'hinei orchat yishmelim ba'a migilad ugmalehem nosim nechot utri valot holhim lohorib mitzrayma.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tzeinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Finished. We're done.
For the honor of the second Aliyah, we call on your aunts and uncles, Marcy and Michael, Jen, Jacob, Doug and Kat, Sherry and Bill and Ralph.
Did you know that? Yeah, because she was here. Oh. Baruch Adonai Hamarach. Baruch Adonai Hamarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
Amen. Vayomer Yehuda elecha ma betach ki naharog et achinu vahisinu et damo lehu v'nim karanu lalishmelim vayadenu el tehivo ki achinu bisareinu hu vayishmeu echad vayavru anashim mijanim socharim vayimshechu vaya'alu et Yosef min habor vayimkeru et Yosef lalishme alim be'esrim kasef vayavu et Yosef mitzrayma.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. Good job, everybody. Mazel tov.
For the honor of the third Aliyah, we call on our bat mitzvah, and to join her very proud parents, Amy and Jay.
Ta'amot Micayla Rachel bat Yaakov Mordechai va'aviva Toba habat mitzvah.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamvorah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
Vayashav Rehuven El Habor, Vihine in Yosef Babor, Vayikra et Pegadav, Vayashav Elechav, Vayomar, Hayel et Einanu, Va'ani Ana Aniva, Vayihu et Ketonat Joseph, Vayishatu, Seir Izin, Vayidbalu et Hakutonet Padam, Vayishalchu et Ketonat Hapasim, Vayaviu Elavihem, Vayomru Zot Nitzanu, Hakernat Haktonet Bincha. He imlo. Vayakira vayomer ketona benim hayara'a achalatnu torov torav Yosef. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'dochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Kisses.
Hello and good morning.
Good morning.
Before I get into anything, I'd like to thank everyone for being here, especially the out-of-towners who came all this way for me. First of all, I'd like to explain my Torah portion a little bit. It is called Vayishev from the book of Genesis. My portion is about Joseph, his 11 brothers, and their father. Joseph was always favored by his father Jacob, so much so that Jacob made him the coat of many colors. This wasn't just a coat. It was a very special coat made out of many different fabrics that stood out and made Joseph shine. When his siblings saw that he was the one their father loved, they hated Joseph and could not bear to speak good about him. Joseph would wake up with dreams and tell them to his brothers. The first time he said, "There we were, tying up stalks of wheat in the field, when my stalk rose and stood up straight. Your stalk then paraded around mine and bowed down to my stalk." His brothers told him he was crazy for ever thinking he would rule over them. The next time he said, "Look now, I have dreamt another dream. And look, the sun, the moon, and the 11 stars are bowing down to me." Because of all this interpretation of his special dreams, his brothers hated him even more. One day, Jacob told Joseph to go find his brothers and let him know how the flock is doing. So, when Joseph got to his brothers, they stripped him of his coat. In my portion, it says they threw him in a pit with not even water in it. The brothers sat down and saw some Ishmaelites traveling with things to trade in Egypt. Judah said to his brothers, "How will it profit us if we kill our brother and cover up his blood? Let us rather sell him to the Ishmaelites, then our hand will not be on him. After all, he is our own brother, our own flesh." So they rather sold their brother for 20 pieces of silver. One of the brothers, Reuben, was absent at the time. He came back to the pit, and Joseph was not there. Reuben then tore his clothes, thinking his brother was dead. They took the coat and dipped it in the blood of a slaughtered goat. They then went home and asked their father if he recognized it. Of course he did. So he said Joseph had been devoured by a wild animal. Jacob mourned, tore his clothes, covered his lions, and grieved. What does this mean, and what is the moral of the story? Why should we read this from our Torah? The lesson here is to control your envy and don't let it control you. Also, being thankful for what you do have is a big part of this. Many families can relate to this topic. Maybe not in this exact way, but somewhat like it. Instead of the 11 brothers getting in trouble, they basically hurt their dad. They gave him consequences for favoring Joseph. Jacob didn't actually say anything to his other children, but his actions of giving the coat may have spoke louder than his words. But the way the other sons handled it was the problem. Just jealousy gave them the right to kill Joseph. They let their envy control them. This can be relevant to everyday life. The story of Joseph reminds me of a book I read called Arf. In Arf, there is a murderer going after this family. They later find out it's the same person who killed their father 11 years ago. They discover that this guy just wants to hurt them because he thinks they have something he wants. This proves that the killer is putting others' lives at risk just because he is jealous of something they have. If all the brothers would have just gone to Jacob and told him how they felt, the situation would have changed and been better for them. Plus, they should have been thankful for having Joseph as a brother. It doesn't matter if Jacob showed his favoritism for him. People make mistakes, and we regret things sometimes. It is the way we handle it that matters. Many families have multiple children, and sometimes siblings dislike each other. But whether you show it or not, they for sure love them deep down inside. And it's true. Parents might not treat each child exactly the same, but that's just part of life. Judah did still say that he was their brother, and no matter what, but they still lied to Jacob and sold Joseph. In society, things aren't fair and probably never will be. Lots of times, my family will drive by beautiful mansions that look like dream homes. Sometimes I do get a little jealous, but everyone does at some point. I mean, it's a real feeling. I don't go to these people's houses and destroy them because I'm jealous. I may not get name brand clothes or $1,000 gifts every year, but I'm not going to rob a store because of my envy. As my mom says, we may not get everything we want, but we have everything we need. The way we handle things make a difference. Telling us not to kill our siblings was not the only idea of this text. Imagine if everyone in the world who feels jealous took it out on someone, and it wouldn't be such a pretty picture. Unlike Joseph's siblings, you need to verbally tell people. You never know, it could help. Although Judah and his brothers did make a better choice, I hope that we would put more thought into our actions. I'd like to conclude with a personal prayer to God. Thank you for everything that's helped me get to this point. Thank you for the rabbis that helped me prepare and the cantor that helped me with my notes and words. And a huge thank you to Mr. Lowen, who took me in knowing nothing about my Torah portion and encouraging me all the way. Thanks for blessing me with wonderful parents and grandparents, and fortunately, a large, loving family. And the last shout out goes to my friends. I'm so thankful to always have you guys by my side. Shabbat Shalom.
So, Micayla, how are you feeling? Good? You just stood up here, led a beautiful service, read beautifully from the Torah portion, gave this speech where you not just explained what a lot of it meant, but talked about how it impacted you. You did all these things, and you did it so well, right? And all these people, just for a minute, look out there, because you now get to take a deep breath. You did your big parts, but everyone out here is like, how did she do all that? How did she do it so well? Right? They don't know all the time that goes into it, all the learning that you did, the studying, the preparing, the writing. A lot goes into this moment, and part of what happens is you put all this energy and effort in, and somehow on the other end it comes out, and it comes out beautifully. Right? That's one of the lessons of this moment, is that when you put all this into it, it comes out the other side. Your Torah portion is this incredible story, and you told us all about it. And if we step back from it a little bit and forget the specific details, but just the big picture of the story, you've got this kid in the Torah who grows up in this very complex family, right? I mean, his brothers sell him as a slave. That's not normal, right? We don't all deal with that. He's got this complex, difficult family situation, and somehow through all these things that he deals with, all the things that he learns, all the things that he shares, he comes out the other end really well. Right? It doesn't happen in your Torah portion, but you know where Joseph goes. He ends up down in Egypt as second in command of all of Egypt and really saves our entire people. So somehow he got from this complex beginning to an amazing ending. Just like you started a couple years ago, felt very complex. All that had to go into getting this bat mitzvah, and it finally comes out the other end, and somehow it all comes together. I don't think it's magic. I think it's what you put into it. And if there's one thing that I learned from you this morning, it's that you can put your mind to something and put your energy into it and your heart, because this is something that you obviously care about. And one of the things that I've enjoyed most about getting to know you over the last several years is that you care about these things. I mean, it's really inside you. You have this beautiful Jewish spirit that comes out when you're here and when you're doing this. You put all that into it, and then eventually all that combines into making a unified whole at the end. And you have something to be really proud of today. Just like we are feeling, I hope you can stand up here or at least look back on this, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, but look back on this and feel like, wow, I just did an amazing job up there. Because you should feel that way. So I want to, on behalf of the temple, give you a couple things, a couple gifts on this occasion just to celebrate this moment. The first one is the certificate of your bat mitzvah, and this says that you stood right up here on the bima at Temple Bethel and read beautifully from your Torah portion Vayeshev, which you did. So this is something you can hold on to and maybe even put up on your wall if you choose. This, on behalf of the Reform Movement, is a gift certificate for $250. Unfortunately, it is not good at the mall. This is good, however, if in high school or college you might choose to go on a trip to Israel with our movement, and this will hopefully help you get there to see where all of this stuff really started and took place. And lastly, on behalf of our brotherhood and the women of Temple Bethel, I want to present you with this tzedakah box. And this is something that we hope you will use as a reminder that it isn't just about today, but like you sort of taught us, really what we do is take this whole tradition and turn it into a way to help make our lives better and help make other people's lives better. And we hope this is something you will use to do that for many years. So I want to wish you a huge mazel tov for a great job up here. And I would like to invite your mom to come up to the bima, who would like to share a few extra words for you on this occasion.
Micayla, otherwise known as Porcupine, My Sweet Angel, and Bushka, take a deep breath and relax. All your hard work and determination has paid off. I love you and I'm so proud of you. And more importantly, I hope you feel a great sense of pride and accomplishment. And while I have your sole attention, without Snapchat, Instagram, or text to read, I get to share what a wonderful gift you have been to me and our family, and that you have a beautiful and special gift to offer the world. Your love of art, dance, photography, theater, cooking, scrapbooking, and hanging out with your friends keeps you busy every day. But who you are inside is a bright, strong, talented, inquisitive young lady with an old soul and a warm, giving heart. Even at a young age, you seem to know how to give of yourself and be kind to others. You are able to walk into any situation and make a friend. You do this all the time. When you were in kindergarten, there was a special needs little girl in your class just for part of the day. She used a walker and had a feeding tube. For your birthday party, not only did you want to invite her, but you made sure that the party was one that was accessible to her so she could participate. It was very important to you. That little girl did not attend the party, but her mother was so grateful, as her daughter had never been invited to a birthday party. Many kids would shy away from her, but you were warm and welcoming. A few years ago, we were here at Temple, and there was an opportunity to provide Hanukkah gifts for those less fortunate in our community. So we picked a little boy to buy gifts for, but you were very torn, because no one had chosen an elderly woman's list who only wanted a sweater and a tin of cookies. You were tearful as you were so concerned about this elderly person who might be alone at the holidays. You asked, where is her family? Don't they care? And true to your nature, you went back and took that woman's list as well. When we went with Grandma Gail and Papa Irv to deliver food supplies to the homeless living in Tent City on Jefferson Avenue, you were interested and concerned about them as people. Why were they living there? Where were their families? What do they need? What can you do? We found out more things that they needed, and you gave up your allowance for the month to buy more supplies. And then you followed their story on the news. Your Mitzvah project actually began at your 11th birthday when you decided you didn't need gifts from your friends. Instead, you asked for charitable donations to the Humane Society and towels and blankets to donate to shelters. This grew and grew for months. We drove around collecting bags and boxes of donations from strangers who left them on their porches for us. As our living room became overrun with donations, we would sort them, deliver them, only to start once again. But in addition to looking back at who you are, I also want to offer you a few words to take with you on your journey into young adulthood. To go through life, we all need support. We need community. And I want you to look out right now and just for a moment, look. Everyone is here because of you. This is your community. The faces will change over time, but always cherish and support it, and your community will give back to you when you need it. As you are truly kind and compassionate to others, take care of yourself, both physically and emotionally. I know you set a high bar for yourself, and you do a lot of things really, really well. But amongst all the things we have to do, don't forget to take time to nourish your soul and find your happiness. In life, be brave and believe in yourself. For the rest of your life, you are going to be challenged more than you ever expected. Always do your best and don't be afraid of failure. Failure is something to learn and grow from. Sometimes when we fail, we turn around and accomplish our best. Be true to yourself. Don't talk yourself into not being you just to fit in or to be popular. I promise that if you are true to yourself, Being you will bring out the good that is inside of you. I love you so very much. You have always had a dream to be able to fly. Well, you have already begun your flight in life. The path you fly is yours to discover.
At this special moment, I invite Jay to come up and join us as we thank God for bringing us to this day with Shehechianu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman
While we still have the Torah out in front of us, we take advantage of its strength to add extra strength to our prayers on behalf of those members of our community in need of healing. On this Shabbat, we especially think of Rory Barner, Andra Barr, Shelley Beck, Faye-Claire Blau, Mike Brody, David Colin, Matthew Cornell, Calvin Curtis, Ben Davis, Jerry Dolch, Elizabeth Edwards, Fern Ettinger, Eric Farber, Cy Feldman, Lois Freeman, Richard Gock, Jimmy Gell, Joe Glorfield, Harvey Goodman, Barbara Hackett, Ty Hall, Cliff Heller, Judy Hoffler, Stephen Horwitz, Alan Hurwitz, Emily Jack, David Kaner, Matt Castle, Mort Krasner, Betty LeMay, Tanja Lawrence, Avraham Leib, Stuart Levin, David Lewis, Scott Lewis, Robert Mader, Ruth Morocco, Jim Marks, Diane Melkus, Jill Messenger, Joe Oslewski, Ian Panter, John Redfield, John Rofel, Marcia Rofel, David Rollins, Laura Roth, Mary K. Rudolph Davis, Joan Sadoff, Nancy Chaplin, Beth Sills, Jenna Saporin, Vivian Smargon Cole, Hilary Circus, Art Sobin, Bertha Stern, Jesse Stern, Robert Stutz, Sylvia Surwitz, Bob Tell, Barry Waldbot, Marilyn Webb, Margaret Winkleman, and Catherine Reeford. Holding each of them in our hearts, we turn together to page 253 and rise for Misha Berach. Be seated. It's now a pleasure for me to invite up to the Bima Micayla's Grandma Gail and Papa Irv. They'll be reading for us a blessing on behalf of our country. It can be found on page 258 in your prayer books. Page 258.
Thus says Adonai, this is what I desire, to unlock the fetters of wickedness and untie the cords of lawlessness, to let the oppressed go free, to break off every yoke. Share your bread with the hungry, and take the wretched poor into your home. When you see the naked, give clothing, and do not ignore your own kin. If you banish the yoke from your midst, the menacing hand, the evil speech, if you offer compassion to the hungry and satisfy the famished creature, then your light shall shine in the darkness. O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Now, as we prepare to return the Torah to the Ark, I'd like to invite Bruce Plisner to come over for our Hagbah, lifting our Torah this morning. I would also like to invite Erica and Audra to come up for the honors of both helping dress the Torah and then opening the Ark. For all of us, we'll turn together to page 252, and please rise.
V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Yalai la 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 la. La 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
And we'll continue with Aleinu on page 282 and then 287.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, בגוד עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
I'd ask everyone to now please have a seat as we invite Micayla to come before the open ark for a special blessing on the occasion of her bat mitzvah.
ways you do not know. Lechilach, on your journey I will bless you, and you shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing, and you shall be a blessing.
Before our service concludes, we take a moment now to think about our loved ones who have already entered the peace of life eternal. On this Shabbat, we first think about those we've lost in the last 30 days during the Shloshim period. Irving H. Steinberg, Patrick Hackett, Viola Adams, Diola Adams, Geraldine Cherney, Annette Lash, Eleanor Rubin, Josephine Wasserman, Constance Beauchamp, Marcia Bell Friedland, Morris E. Margulies, and Renee B. Rose. In addition, we add the names of those from previous years that we think of now during their Yortzeit. Ethel Altman, Vivian Axelrod, Ellen Barnett, Saul Barnett, Morris Barron, Beatrice Eleanor Beitman, Herman Berman, Bernard Borenstein, Elizabeth H. Brody, Benjamin D. Burdick, Sonia Christie, Edward Cohen, Leslie E. Colburn, Joseph DeYoung, Iris Feldman, Jack Frank, Sandra Balaban Frank, Aaron Friedman, Martin L. Friedman, Paul Gatch, Claire Gersten, Ada S. Glazer, Sam H. Goodman, Herman Grand, Irving A. Grand, Sylvia Simon Greenberg, Ruth Gerwin, Samuel C. Halpert, Sarah Handelman, Abraham Hendon, Milton M. Howard, George S. Jackson, Milton Jansky, Abigail Katz, Herman Katz, Murray D. Katz, Samuel George Keywell, Ben Klar, Arlene Kleinberg, Dorothy J. Koploy, Irina Kucherova, Aid Kushner, Samuel Levinson, Marilyn Levine, Herman Lieberman, Frederica Lowenstein, Audrey Benson Mandel, Hyman Meyer Margolis, Richard Marks, Henry Myers, Lee Ellen Monchnick, Goldie Jean Nelson, George Pulaski, Ellis Robb, Myrtle Reddish, Richard Reinecke, Joseph Harry Reamer, Matilda Rosef, Samuel Rosenfeld, Marilyn Dolly Rotenberg, Joseph Roth, Rita Roth, Bernice Ruby, Aaron Rusunik, Faith Safer, Irving Safer, Dorothy Schaefer, Ilse W. Schild, Abe A. Schmeier, Murray W. Schreiber, Zelda Shea, Leopold J. Snyder, Herman Springer, John Sturman, Martha Taylor, Shirley Ward, Melville Warren, Arnold Weinberger, Julius D. Worm, Joseph E. Zittimer. We also lovingly recall the American and Israeli soldiers who have given their lives in defense of their countries, and think back to all those in 1941, this very week, who lost their lives at a moment in our own history. We also, of course, think of the 6 million who perished during the Holocaust. Holding every one of them in our hearts, we turn together to page 294 and rise together for the words of Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach u'le'alam u'lomei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudsha berichu. Le'elam in kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Tamiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'yimru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'yimru amen. May each of them continue to be blessings in our lives, and let's all together say, Amen.
Shalom
Please be seated. I'd like to now invite up Bruce Plisner, who would like to share a few words about what's going on here at the temple.
Shabbat Shalom. Sounds better. Okay. My name is Bruce Plisner, and on behalf of our officers and Board of Trustees, I would like to welcome everyone to Bethel. It's great to see everyone at services, and if you're a guest, welcome to our beautiful temple. I'd like to tell you about some exciting upcoming events, but first, Micayla, Yasher Koach, on the beautiful job leading our service this morning, and a hearty mazel tov to you and your family. Welcome Hanukkah with the Beth Elders on Wednesday, December 13th at noontime. Enjoy a Lakka lunch, followed by the music of the Heartland Klezmorim, a 6-piece band playing old and new klezmer tunes, Yiddish folk melodies, and jazz interpretations from the Yiddish theater. $10 per person. Please RSVP to Rachel Rudman or Betty Applebaum. Walk-ins are welcome. Join us for a Hanukkah Family Shabbat next Friday, December 15th. We'll come together for a festive Shabbat service at 6 p.m. featuring the youth choir, and all children will have the opportunity to join us on the bima to sing Hanukkah songs. This will be followed by a Hanukkah party with hors d'oeuvres and latkes, cookie decorating, and a dreidel competition with fantastic prizes. Please bring an unwrapped gift for a child in need this holiday season, as well as your menorah to light during the service. We look forward to celebrating with your family. Do you have loved ones who live in the Mir or Fleischman facilities? The TBE choirs will share Hanukkah music with residents on December 10th and 19th. On December 10th, the youth choir will perform at Fleischman at 2:15 and at Mir at 3 o'clock. And on December 19th, the adult choir will sing at Fleischman at 6:30 p.m. We hope you can join us. And lastly, help those in need this holiday season and sign up to volunteer for Mitzvah Day on December 25th. This year, TBE is holding spots at the Detroit Area Agency on Aging and Cass Community Social Services. Register online through Federation or contact Rachel Rudman for more information. You can learn about all these events and more in your Shabbat guide, the bulletin, and on our temple website, tbeonline.org. At Temple Bethel, our spirit is growing. Feel free to ask me or any of our clergy for more information. Spread the word, and please invite your friends to any of our events. We'd love to see you here as part of our warm and welcoming temple community. Please stay and enjoy some good company after services at our Kiddush, sponsored by Janet Warrenoff in honor of the Bat Mitzvah of Micayla Greenberg, and in loving memory of Norman Warrenoff, Larry Warrenoff, and Esther Gluck. On your way out, please help our ushers by returning your Torah commentaries to them at the back of the sanctuary. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you for all that, Bruce. Like you said, lots of exciting things going on, especially this coming Friday night. We have a huge Shabbat Hanukkah blowout. There'll be food, music, candles, second annual big dreidel spinning contest, lots of things. So we hope we'll see you Friday night at 6 o'clock. For today, of course, we are celebrating Micayla. You did a great job today. You have earned our trust and our faith in the future through you. Can't wait to see where this is going to lead you. So I'd like to invite you to come up one last time as we prepare for our concluding blessings. I'd like to also invite your mom and dad to come up, as well as your Papa Franklin and Grandma Lois, as we continue with our Kiddush. For everyone else who's here, I'd ask us all to please rise.
to bring it down. Okay, face that. Face the congregation. Ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. Take a sip.
L'chaim. And for our final blessing over the bread, the motzi, I'd like to invite up all of the cousins under the age of 13. If all the cousins under 13 could please come on up and join us. We need some help with that bread. I see some smiles over there.
Come on.
They're going to be a unit, all or none, right?
Great. Can you guys help hold the couple? Come over on this side and hold the challah. Let's get all those hands on it. Come on, over here, where the bread is. Come here. Everybody ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen.
Amen.
You guys can all rip off a little challah if you'd like. And our closing song today is on page 339. You can find the words, please join us, our closing song, Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kohan Shama, Kohan Shama. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kohan Shama, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Micayla, could you come over here for just a second? This week is Hanukkah, and every night in darkness, our families will light candles and put them in the Hanukkah menorah to bring light to darkness. After hearing you today, I know that every person in this sanctuary feels that you are a light, a candle in the menorah of our Jewish future and of this congregation. So we're going to watch you. And we hope that you will follow your dreams and that you will be blessed with health and happiness and your whole family with joy. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
And now that you have officially completed your bat mitzvah, before we all leave, today is not only your bat mitzvah. What else is happening today? It's Micayla's actual birthday today. It doesn't always happen with a bat mitzvah, but to celebrate this moment, let's all join together in a rousing happy birthday on this occasion.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Micayla. Happy birthday to you.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.